This is our ultimate gaming basement, a big passion project between the both of us ever since we moved into this house just over 2 years ago. Here we have a complete sports bar, home theater, a gaming PC setup which Cam mostly does work from, a dual PS5 corner where we can both play games at the same time, a secret room where we have a backup PC setup and a poker table where we like to play poker and other card games, and a huge variety of arcade machines spread out across the basement. We have done a lot of tours of our setups and our house in general here on YouTube, and always love to tell you guys more about the details of every setup. We have a lot of them up on our channel already, which you can find linked below or in the setup tour playlist on our channel. But today, you're in luck, as we're doing a completely new one that we haven't before, and that is an arcade tour. If you've seen our videos, especially the ones from our basement gaming setup, you have probably glimpsed one or several parts of the corner in the basement dedicated to our arcade machines. Today, we want to talk more about each one and how we have it all laid out. So sit back, grab a snack, and let's start the tour. Quick thank you to Arcade1Up for sending us many of these arcade machines for review. Okay, let's start by going into what we like to call the back arcade room. Greeting you at the door is our friendly life-sized Obi-Wan Kenobi to welcome you into the room. This room used to be an unfinished storage room with bare floors, walls, and ceilings, and we spent a lot of time making it look nice. We painted the ceiling and walls black, installed flooring, and Cam spent a lot of effort on the wood coverings on the walls and the stairs by cutting and gluing each piece into place. The lighting is a mix of nanoleaf ceiling panels covering the center of the room, AI dot spotlights near the stairs, and Lumeri spotlights shining down onto the beautiful wooden wall. The machines we keep in here are the ones on the bigger scale, as that made the most sense with how long and narrow this room was. We have a really nice Skeeball machine right next to the wooden wall, which was sent to us as a gift from Skeeball themselves. We used to have a lower budget version of the Skeeball before, but this upgrade is just so much nicer. We have a mix of rubber and wooden balls to use in the game. The rubber ones are safer and quieter, but they bounce around more, making it harder to score points. We keep golf and darts next to that, as they fit nicely into the smaller, thinner space. We really like the look of the dart, but it's one of those plastic-tipped dartboards instead of the metal ones, which makes it safer from damaging the room, but is also harder to score, very similar to the Skeeball experience. Golf is a fun way to add variety to the room, and also fills in an otherwise unusable space. Next to that is probably one of the most used arcade games, or at least what seems to be a lot of our guests' favorite, the Pop-A-Shot basketball machine. It was really hard to find a basketball machine that would work with our low ceilings, so we actually had to cut off a few inches on the bottom to make it fit. And also make sure the balls don't hit the ceilings too easy. We had a water pipe in the ceiling right above this before, and decided to hire a plumber to move it slightly, cover it with foam, and also remove a water valve, so that we wouldn't have to worry about any water leaks while playing. We tried to idiot-proof our stuff as much as possible so we don't have to worry about it when invited friends over. We have 2 arcade cabinets in this back room, the first one being an X-Men for Player 1 from Arcade1Up. You can play as characters like Cyclops, Wolverine, Colossus, Storm, Nightcrawler, or Dazzler, and take on the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. It's a fun retro game that originally came out in 1992, and the best part is that you can play with up to 4 players, local or even remote. Oh, and it also comes with 2 other games loaded onto it, Captain America and the Avengers, and the Avengers in Galactic Storm. The other arcade cabinet we have in here is NBA Jam Deluxe, a 2-player basketball game full of nostalgia. It comes with NBA Jam, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and NBA Hang Time. While it is 2-player locally, you can play with up to 4 people online. It feels like high quality with the lit up marquee and fake coin slots, and it's a really fun game to play when we have people over. Before we continue out into the main area of our arcade setup, let's take a moment to thank today's sponsor, SitWalk. They have sent us their newest product, the SitWalk 2 Pro. This device is perfect if you love VR games but prefer to stay seated. It simply attaches to your current PC chair and lets you use your feet for movement around in the game. It is mapped to your VR controller's joystick, so simply rotate your feet and you'll turn that way in the game too. The chair and you spinning around with it to increase immersion while also helping motion sickness. There is also a feature that puts it into PC mode, which means you can map keyboard or mouse keys to it and control your PC actions with your feet for either non-VR PC games or simple tasks such as turning up the volume on your music. It also has RGB lights, which we absolutely love, of course. It's a great way to reduce VR motion sickness, so make sure to check it out today. The SitWalk Pro 2 costs $999 and the standard one $699. But you can save up to 25% off if you become a Kickstarter early bird, which means it instead starts at $525. Plus, you can also get free gifts. Thank you again to SitWalk for sponsoring this video and giving us a hands-on demo of the SitWalk 2 Pro. It really seems like a great addition for VR gamers. Keep in mind that the product is still being updated and improved. What we have here is one of the brand's test samples, and the final version will be even more exciting, which we of course look forward to seeing. Don't forget to check out the link below to learn more. Okay, back to the tour. Just outside the room we were just in, you'll find our dual racing setup. We have two metal rigs from Next Level Racing here, which are the two frames everything is connected to, plus the chairs. They're very sturdy and can be very customizable depending on your setup, but can be a bit tricky to get in and out of. We use the Logitech G Pro racing wheels, which are professional grade and have realistic feedback technology, really letting you feel the force of the car you're driving in the game. They have magnetic gearshift paddles, dual clutch paddles, and mounts easily to either racing rigs or desks. We pair these with the Logitech G Pro Racing pedals, which again are professional grade and have a very realistic feel. It's simply the perfect combo for sim racing. Powering these two are two separate PCs, one to each setup. One of them is a mini PC, which doesn't take up much space and can be more hidden. This one features a mix of old parts that we had laying around, including a 2060 GPU. It can definitely be upgraded in the future, but it works great for now. One thing that does not need an upgrade, however, is the other PC. That PC is the insane Arachnid PC from Origin, a high-end gaming beast of a PC. We have this one plugged into one of our corner TVs as well for when we want to play other PC games on a big TV screen, but it can also run one of our racing rigs. We have a full video on the Arachnid PC, but it has, in short, an Intel Core Ultra 9 225K CPU, RTX 5090 Extreme Water Force GPU, and 32GB Corsair RAM at 6000. I can't stress enough just how much we love the power of this PC. It can make any game run beautifully. We don't always sit down and play racing games, however, so we typically leave real racing streams on the monitors to look at when it's not in use. Speaking of the monitors, these are from HyperX and work great for our needs. Cam also helped set up some shortcuts so that we can start games with the Logitech wheels instead of having to dig up the keyboard and mouse. This makes it really easy when we do want to swap from the racing streams to racing games. The walls around this area are also full of decorations, specifically this arcade neon sign, frame games, and a Mario rug. We like to call this next part of our basement the arcade corner, since it's where we have a lot of arcade cabinets in, well, the corner. Starting off closest to the racing setup, you'll find a Big Buck Hunter Pro arcade machine from Arcade 1UP. It has a realistic hunting experience complete with two pump-action rifle controllers with Sinden light gun technology, and it's pretty accurate. It's again a really fun 2-player game with friends and gives a nice variety to our arcade collection. It comes with 4 built-in Big Buck Hunter games. We also have Bubble Hockey that's officially licensed by Detroit Red Wings that we got off Facebook Marketplace. It's a really fun hockey game and is another favorite when we have people over, and we think it adds a lot of value to this part of the setup, especially with the Red Wings design. Step into the corner more and you'll find Mortal Kombat 2 Deluxe arcade cabinet from Arcade 1UP. This one actually includes 14 games, 4 of them being different Mortal Kombat versions. Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, and Ultimate MK3. It's a really fun fighting game and has both 2-play function and online access. While we don't have a proper pinball machine, at least not yet, we do have a digital one from @Games. This one is Jurassic Park themed, but it has many board options thanks to it being digital. It also lets you save high scores both locally and online. We really like playing on this one, and the differently themed digital boards keep it fresh. You'll find the Fast and the Furious Deluxe arcade cabinet next to that from Arcade 1UP. This one features a wheel and pedals, but can only be played in single-player mode unless you have 2 of these cabinets in the same physical space, as it doesn't allow online multiplayer over Wi-Fi. It will connect to the internet for leaderboards, however. It comes with 2 games, the Fast and the Furious, and the Fast and the Furious Drift. Keeping up with variety, we then have a golf arcade game, namely Golden Tee 3D Gold from, yet again, Arcade 1UP. It's a 35-year anniversary celebration edition of the classic Golden Tee and comes with many different game versions of the game, as well as world-class bowling. Next to that is another machine from @Games, the same company that made the pinball we just talked about, and this time it's their Legends Ultimate. It has hundreds of licensed arcade and console games, making it the perfect retro hub. Some games are Centipede, Space Invaders, Operation World, Bubble Bobble, Pong, and more. It also lets you connect to the internet for multiplayer and leaderboards. Speaking of Pong, we do have a 4-player Pong table in the middle of our arcade corner that can also work as a sort of bar table that people can hang around. It's from Arcade 1UP and is one of the first ones that we bought for the arcade. We really like that it fills in this middle space of the corner without making it too busy or hard to move around. Plus, it's just such a classic game. In the very corner of the, corner is a Back to the Future jacket, hat, shoes, and hoverboard. We used to have Obi-Wan on display here, but it got too small after we recently added Golden Tee to our collection, so we opted on something slightly slimmer. It's a really nice costume, especially when it's all paired together, so it's nice being able to have it on display like this when not in use. We also have other pieces of decorations in this area, such as the Pac-Man neon sign that really adds to the whole arcade vibe, and the Gears of War Lancer mounted on the wall. Another interesting machine in our setup is this claw machine from Arcade 1UP, which we put random little prices inside the plastic balls that it comes with. The claw machine even has difficulty setting from easy mode, normal mode, and scam mode, and it's pretty funny watching the frustration and joy when our friends try to win prizes. Another recent addition to the arcade corner is this Pac-Man cabinet, which is the Pac-Man Deluxe one from Arcade 1UP. We had the more basic version of the Pac-Man one before, and this new one definitely feels a lot higher quality, especially in the screen quality and overall design of the machine. You really can't have an arcade without the most classic game, which of course is Pac-Man, and this one comes with several different Pac-Man games and other classics like Galaga for a total of 14 games. Lastly is the Street Fighter II Champion Turbo Legacy Edition from Arcade 1UP, which I believe is the first one we bought for this setup. Street Fighter feels like another typical arcade game, and something we just knew we needed in our collection. It comes with a lot of versions of Street Fighter II as well as other classic Capcom games for a total of 14. It's a 2-player game and you can play either locally or online. We also love the art on the side of this one, which is why we wanted it more to the edge of the setup. Framing the setup is a few of our coolest boxes from things like gaming consoles or statues. We keep them on top of some of the arcade machines as well as underneath the bench we have for extra seating. We think it fills out an otherwise empty space to instead give the area some more personality. We also have some boxes stacked on each side of the benches next to a screen. These screens run Android OS and are touchscreens, and we currently have them both set up as food kiosks, logged into several food delivery apps to make food ordering a bit more fun and interactive. We were also toying with the idea of maybe displaying movie posters on them, but preferred the food ordering idea for now. What do you guys think? We have some other arcade-like games spread throughout our basement, one of the main ones being our pool table. This pool table was actually left behind from the previous owner of the house and was definitely a nice bonus for us. We love playing pool here and it also looks really nice in the middle of the basement. There is also enough space in all directions to play pool here comfortably without hitting anything, so no need to worry about that. We have 2 rugs underneath the pool table, a PlayStation logo, and the Legend of Zelda shield. Above the pool table is a newer addition, and that is a miniature Jumbotron. It has 4 screens that can be controlled simultaneously or individually, and really add to the sports vibes down here. We also like that it's custom built, along with our logos and of course some of our favorite sports teams. There used to be a light above this pool table that we simply swapped out for this. Moving a little further back in our basement, and you'll find 2 additional tables. A ping pong table, which is slightly smaller than a standard table due to space restrictions, and a foosball table, which was gifted to us by Skeeball. We love the variety of games, and it's always fun to challenge our friends to a few rounds of either. And we also have another custom rug underneath the ping pong table with our logo, as well as some additional boxes by the foosball table. Next to the foosball table is also one of our newest additions, and it might just be one of the coolest things in the setup. And that is a life-sized Spider-Man statue. There are only a very limited number of these available, as they only made 3,200 total, and you had to win one in an old Blockbuster giveaway when Spider-Man 2 came out back in 2004. You couldn't simply just go and buy one. Cam found this one on Facebook Marketplace, and we had to drive almost 2 hours with him in our car to get it home. Our car isn't very big at all, so there was super limited space to have that and both of us in the car at the same time, but it was all worth it. At his feet is a cool Green Goblin helmet, complete with his pumpkin bomb. Next up is our collection of 3 slot machines that is between the bar and the projector screen in the basement. We got these ones off Facebook Marketplace too, and they all have a Japanese style to them. They're super fun to play since they're the style where you have to time it in order to win, not just start it and hope that luck is on your side. Another difference from casinos is the fact that we use fake coins too, so everyone can just focus on having fun instead of worrying about getting bankrupt. They're very detailed with lots of fun sound effects, depending on what's happening when you're playing, and even have sort of bosses and ways to beat the game. Plus, we think they look great along this wall. Last but not least is another new addition from Arcade 1UP, this time their Infinity Game Table. We have it placed on our coffee table in the theater corner of the basement, since it's a good place that allows multiple people to sit around on the floor, and we don't tend to use the table much at all since the seats here have built-in cup holders. The Infinity Table does come with legs too, if you want to place it anywhere else. The table has a lot of classic board games like Monopoly, Clue, Guess Who, Chess, Connect 4, Scrabble, and a large store full of many others. We've had our eye on this kind of table for a while now, since we don't really want to keep a lot of physical board games in storage. This way we can have a wide variety available in one spot, and decide on the spot which one we feel like playing in the moment. It also has tactile feedback for added immersion, as well as a feature to save where you're at so you can continue later on. And that's it. That's our very detailed arcade setup tour. We really hope you liked it. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, what else do you think we should add to the setup? We have our eyes on a Terminator arcade cabinet from Arcade 1UP, and it would be amazing to one day have a real pinball machine, such as one from Stern. We feel very fortunate that Arcade 1UP has sent us several arcade machines, since we really do love them after having purchased a few with our own money as well. They come at a very good price point while also being easy to maintain. Plus, they have a lot of IP options to choose from. Some downsides could be that they're smaller than proper ones, but that works as a pro for us since we can then fit more of them inside our setup. They aren't necessarily difficult to build either, although it will probably take you about 2 to 3 hours to do so. Overall though, we are super happy with them. Anyway, thank you again for watching all the way through the end. I know this was a very long one. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a like and subscribe for more. It really does help us out and you get more content like this to enjoy in the future. Until then, bye.